In week 4, we teach the bounce and ball on the ground. The bounce involves our elbows by our side, our wrists locked, bouncing the ball so that it lands at a 45-degree angle. We then get the children walking, jogging and running, bouncing the ball out further each time as they move through the steps. Ball on the ground involves us bending our knees, scooping the ball up to our chest like the hand mark arms. We then move on to teaching the children to dribble the ball on the ground. The game we run at the end of session 4 is a relay.
The skill we're going to learn today is called the bounce, and it looks a little bit like this, okay? You guys think you can do that?
Yeah.
Alright, but first I'm going to give you 3 special steps to help you with the bounce, alright? So first, what I'd like everyone to do is to show me a pair of robot arms. Very good. Now, could you guys show me a pair of robot arms but picking up a box? Just like that. Very good. So if I was a robot, do you think my arms would be flapping around just like this?
No.
Do you think my arms would be nice and straight?
Yes.
Very good. So for our bounce, we're going to make sure our arms are nice and straight, alright? Just like that. Very good. Now what you're going to do, you're going to have a ball, okay? For our second tip, you're going to have a ball. Holding it in 2 hands, and now can everyone see this X on the ball?
Yes.
You're going to make sure this X is pointing at your belly button at all times, alright? So can you guys remember that?
Yes.
So if I'm holding it like this, is that pointing at my belly button?
No. Yes.
Very good. What about if my arms are like this?
Yes.
Very good. So the X is still pointing at my belly button at all times, alright? Very good. So, with my robot arms and my X pointing at my belly button, what I'm going to do now is when I go to bounce the ball, can everyone see this top part of the ball?
Yes.
Very good. What I want you to do is to imagine that it is a trampoline, alright? And what happens when you jump on a trampoline? You bounce. Very good. So if I bounce it on this front end of the ball, on the trampoline, the ball should come straight back to me, alright? If I bounce it on the back end, what do you think will happen? It'll go sideways, it'll go forward. Do you think that's a very good bounce if it does that?
No.
Not at all. So, what I'm going to do is, with my robot arms picking up a box, I'm going to make sure I have the ball in 2 hands with the X pointing at my belly button. And then, when I go to drop the ball, when I bring my arms out, I'm going to drop the ball and bounce it on the front end of the trampoline, okay? Just like this. You guys think you can do that?
Yes.
I'm going to put you in pairs in a second. But when you go out and practice, you're going to start off on your knees, okay? Practice the bounce 5 times. Once you got that, hand it over to your partner so they can practice on the ground. Then you're going to stand up, practice standing up, hand it to your partner, and then we'll get into a little bit more of the challenging bounce, alright? You guys think you can do that?
Yes.
Nice. Very good. Keep going. Good work. If it's getting easy, try standing up and bouncing it. Good. Make sure the X is putting your belly button in all times, alright? If that's getting pretty easy, what I want you to do now is to start walking around and bouncing it. If that's easy, maybe start jogging around and bouncing it.
So the next thing we're going to be learning team watching is called ball on the ground. Now, this is in the event that the ball is on the ground in the game of KiwiKick. Has that happened before?
No. I don't know.
So the ball's never been on the ground?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been on the ground, okay? So we are going to learn how to pick the ball up effectively, okay? So the way we're going to do that, do we all remember how to do the chest mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that one? Cool.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, first thing we're going to do is we call them our haka knees, okay? So I want you to get your haka knees down. Good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to have our arms extended out in front of us, like the digger arms, okay? All we have to do then, team, scoop the ball to our chest. Scoop the ball to our chest. So, what was the first thing I did? Good. What's the second thing I need to do? Dig our arms. And where am I scooping it to? To your chest. What I want you to do now, my friends, I want you to leave the footy on the ground. I want you to walk up. I want you to scoop it to your chest. And then I want you to put the ball down and give your partner a turn. Does that sound easy?
Yeah.
Good. And run the other way. Yeah? We're both going for the ball. Okay? How do you think I'm going to get that ball before him? Other than running before him, how do you think I can sort of get it away off him? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. No, are we allowed to kick the ball on the ground? No. What else? Cool. So I'm going to dribble it away from him, okay? So if me and Shane are both going for the ball, I can tap it away from him to get that ball first. What I want you to practice now, my friends, all we're going to be doing is you're going to dribble the ball in between your hands, okay? If that is too easy, I want to see your legs moving, okay? So remember, first thing we're going to do is we're still going to have our hakanis. Can anyone tell me, did I use the palm of my hand or did I use my fingers? Good, okay, so I want you to use your fingers, nice little touches, and I want you to dribble that ball around. Once you've had a little go at that, give it to your partner. Good, good, I want to see you moving, keep moving your legs. We're going to put both of those skills into a little bit of a race, okay? So what was the first skill we learned? The bounce, okay? How many steps do you have to do before you have to bounce it?
10.
10 steps, okay? So about every 10 steps, you bounce the ball. No, 10. Okay, next thing. Mouse close. The next thing. What is this called? What was this one called?
Dribble.
Ball on the ground. Good, okay, so this is going to be ball on the ground. What we're going to do is we're going to put both of those together.
So, quickly, can you guys see the coloured cones that we put out?
Yeah.
Yep. There is a pink cone,
Yes.
blue,
Yes.
red,
Yeah.
yellow,
Yeah.
and green.
Yep.
The colour I give you, you're going to stand behind that cone, alright? You guys think you can do that?
Yep.
Very good. So, pink, blue,
Yeah.
red, yellow. Alright.
Doing this way.
So, is everyone ready for the relay?
Yes.
Very good. Alright, so what's going to happen? The person at the front of the line is going to have the ball, alright? What they're going to do, when I say go, they're going to run out to this first set of cones, have a bounce, run to this next set of cone, have another bounce, and when they get to the end here, what they're going to do is give a chicken dance, alright? Can you guys do that?
Yeah.
Very good. And after they've given their chicken dance, they're going to run back to their group and hand it to the next person to have their turn, alright? So, what do I do when I get to the middle of this first set of cones? Very good. What about the next set of cones? And the end? And what do I do when I come back? Very good. So you guys think you got that?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Set. Go. Very good. Cheer on your team, cheer on your team.
Hey, what
Keep going, keep going. Don't forget your chicken dance. Very good. So what we're going to do now, we're going to change it up a little bit, okay? For the person at the start, you're going to start with the ball on the ground, okay? What you're going to do with the ball on the ground, you're going to dribble it out to the first set of cones, scoop it up, then come to the second set of cones, have another bounce, and when you get to the end, you're going to give me a ballerina dance, alright? Just like that. Go! Very good. Hey, could you guys tell me the two skills we learned? What was the first skill? The bounce, very good. And what was that second skill? Ball on the ground. Very good. You guys are pretty good today. I think you guys are pretty awesome. Thank you guys for today. You guys have been great. And you could stand up. Go make some nice lines here, teachers.
Always give clear instructions to the students. Make sure you get into a habit of demonstrating the skills. Repetition is a great way to reinforce the skills that you are teaching.